Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Attack, and today I'm going to be showing you Anim8or version 1.0. Now this is, I haven't really messed with it very much, so this is still very much it's not really my first time. I was trying to make a video of it earlier, but my screen recorder wasn't doing a very good job, so I'd end up getting rid of it. But, so unfortunately now I know some of the features of it, so it won't really be much of a first time for me. But, Anim8or version 1.0 is, there have been a lot of changes done to the, program, and I'm probably going to compare them to the version 0.98, the version that came out previously, back in, I think, 2014, 2013, somewhere around that time. And, I'm just going to show you just some of the new features, because there are some new features to it. And, well, anyway, you might not know what Anim8or is. So, what Anim8or is that it's 3D modeling software. It's freeware, so you don't have to pay money to do it, to get it. It's definitely not It's definitely not 3D Studio, or it's not 3D Studio Max or Maya, I guess is what it's called. It's not really Blender, really, but it's still pretty decent, I'd say. Now, if you've seen me making a 3D version of Fuji Speedway from the old arcade game Pole Position, that program I was using was Anim8or. Now, what this new version has is, it's actually, they kind of changed the interface up a little bit. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and just go ahead and show it to you. Now, how I actually found out about Anim8or version 1.0, now, what it is that it was actually released back in May. I think it was the 29th. Now, what it is I was actually looking through the manual for something, the online manual, and I noticed that they had it where you could say as oh, and here you go, here it is. But what it is, I notice that you could save it as a PNG file, like previews and stuff, like screenshots. Like just, you can, you can make renderings and save them as a PNG file. Now, you've never really been able to save it as PNG, or really, they never really gave you PNG as an option. Now, I'm hoping they're able to do that as an option now, for materials and stuff, because that would really help me for making my Mario Kart Wii custom tracks. Now, so then when I found out they had a PNG option, I was looking down and I noticed the interface, like the toolbar, this thing right here, was completely different compared to the first version, which looks like this. So I was wondering if they made a new version of it. And sure enough, they did. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and show you some features. Okay, before I even make anything, I'll show you the menu bars. They haven't really changed very much. Now, they did add a new feature. Well, you can't really see it on here, unfortunately. But let's see. Okay, they have intersect edges on here. See, in the original version, or not the original, but in the version 0.98, that wasn't an option. So, that's definitely a nice attachment. Mode hadn't really changed. Of course, now, see, as you can see, the mode where it says object, figure, sequence, and scene, they also have it right here, I noticed. And, as well as the mode menu, which did not exist in this version. Now, oh, this is definitely neat. You now have properties and attributes. As compared to this version, oh, wrong one. As compared to this version, you just had, oh, I didn't notice you had attributes there. But, so now they've added that. Now added properties. And you can also delete it from the object, unlike the original version. I'm sorry, I keep calling it the original version. Unlike version 0.98, because I don't know if that was even in the original version, you had to go to edit menu. So now you can do it from the object menu, which is definitely a nice definitely a nice adjustment. I don't know, options. So in version 0.98, you've had materials, backside grid, info, tooltips, and debug, and all that. This doesn't really look like it's changed very much. I honestly am not. Now for view really hasn't changed. Let's see. Nope, not really. Build hasn't really changed that much either. Now, scripts pretty much is the same. Yeah, in render. Oh, they don't have a settings menu. That is very interesting. That will definitely be something to get used to. So I don't know how I'm going to reset UV texturing. Hopefully, it's possible. So without further ado, I'm going to show you some shapes. Now, in this version, you can if you hover over it, it turns. See how that the bounding box or whatever it is turns from yellow to orange. So you go in a wireframe. I'm going to do in wireframe. See, it goes from yellow to orange. The outline of it, as compared to this version, it doesn't do that. And you're also a lot more options they give you for the primitives. They give you orientation. They give you layer, I think. I don't think that was a new thing. I mean, I think that was new. Yeah, it's new. See, you didn't get orientation in version 0.98. Now, so pretty much that's definitely a change. Now I'm going to create a square. I mean a cube, a rectangle, a prism. Not really a cube, more of a prism. In this version, they also give you orientation. You know, it's nice that they gave you orientation for an option, because that'll definitely be helpful. It's compared, you know, no orientation and no layers. I'm sorry, I couldn't get it out of my mouth. Now, okay, so now we're gonna try the key. We're gonna try making a cylinder. Oh, that is definitely new. I like how they do it now, compared to how they make cylinders now, compared to version 1.98, where you had to do it like this. Just makes it very. In this version, I didn't do it. Use cylinders very much because just because of how it's made, it wasn't very. It wasn't really very, I guess, accurate as I wanted it to be. So I'm glad they just do it where you can just do it one position, then you can just change it. Just change the orientation if you need it. Now, this hasn't really changed very much. Well, like the other ones, same stuff has been added to it. So you could always add the caps to start at the end. You have the length, you have the diameter, from start to end, you have divisions. So that's a neat feature. I'm just going to try changing the orientation, just because I want to see it. Let's see, it should be, I think it's that this is the XY axis, so Z. Yeah, that is a really nice feature. They still have rotate, but I actually like the orientation option much better. It'll make rotating things much easier. I'm going to, let's make a primitive mesh. Okay, so even for meshes, they even have the orientation. That's really nice. They also, and so nothing, so this really hasn't changed. I really like that. I really think this is going to be a really big improvement for Anim8or. Now, I'm going to make a path. Now I'm going to fill it. See, not much has changed. You know, I'm starting to think, let me go back to the build. No, okay. I thought there looked like there's some new features added to it. I'm going to make some text. I'm going to call it, I'll just put do. Let's do my Zack attack. Okay. Fill. Oh, okay. There we go. Okay. Let me go back to when it just had the text. I don't think this has changed very much. I honestly didn't use text very often. So, okay, they definitely, okay, they added the orient. Typically just new stuff we're seeing. Now modifier, I wonder what they did to oh goodness, oh gosh. You don't know how happy I am that they've done the exact same thing as they've done with the cylinder. That'll make adding modifiers so much easier and so much more precise. Okay. Oh, yes! My prayers have been answered! Okay. Let's see, adding some path. Custom path. Oh. I'm going to delete this one. Custom paths. Nah. Okay. Curved paths. Oops. Here we go. There we go. Yeah. Not much. This really hasn't changed very much. Now, let me go back to showing the modifiers, because I haven't showed you what it looked like in the Anim8or 0.98. See? It worked like this. I hated it when working like this because I couldn't get it accurate the way I wanted it to. It was just complete mess. I would go into, what I'd do to get it the way I wanted it is I would go into I would close out an Anim8or and have to edit the code, edit the file in like Notepad or something. I don't mean the code, but you know, the file I was working on. I'd go and edit in like Notepad or Notepad++, and I would have to manually change the orientation. I did not like doing that. And of course, and it'd be in like pitch yaw roll. It'd be in what they call criterion, I don't know. It was very confusing. I'd have to go online and have to try to find a way to convert it from like Euler angles to the that format, that quaternion or format, whatever. And it was just a nightmare. But I'm glad they've done it the way they did it in this one. That's definitely an improvement. Okay. So now I'm gonna delete some of these. Oops. Oh, wait. You can move these to the right. It's quite a different feature. I don't think you could do that in this version. Let's see. Oh, that's always been there. I just never paid attention to it. Okay. Well, now let's start making some meshes. Oh, let me try something really quick. Okay, since we have this object here. Okay. I want to see what it is if you join the if I try just join the solids regularly. Wait, well, I'll just join these two solids. Okay, good. I'm glad they didn't. So it defaults to location position 0. I'm actually glad they didn't change that. Okay. So anyway, we're gonna turn this is now a mesh. Since I just did it convert to mesh, I'm just gonna put it to location 0 because I just like it being there. Now I'm gonna try editing this mesh. Okay. Let me make sure everything's recording. Okay, that's good. Oh, as you can see, I'm using Bandicam. I was using Cam Studio, and I was using it on my netbook, but it just got disastrous. So, okay, why is it stopping? Okay, I hope it's working. I hope it's not working. Oh no, please don't tell me it's not working! Okay, so, let's see, so now I'm editing using the point editor. At least I think I'm using, yeah. What? You can do it simultaneously? Is this true? I gotta see this. This will definitely be an improvement. Now, oh, that's cool. So it selects the, so I choose point, it selects the faces associated with that point. Wow, that is such a neat feature. That is kind of different. Now, as compared to this version, if I do a point, so I can't, nope, I can't right click and do multiple ones. See, if I go to face, it just keeps that point selected, see? So, I'm assuming if I, okay, that's nice. So if I go to this, it selects the faces associated with that. So I'm going to try going here. Oops. It associates the lines associated with that. Or the edges. That's nice. So the faces that this point is used in. Okay, so if I go to face, so I go from face to line, it shows the lines or edges associated with those faces. That's quite nice. Okay, I'm gonna delete this. Ooh, okay. Now, what I'm gonna do, oops. What I'm gonna do is that I'm going to just use Mesh Editor as with a cube, because I think we'll be able to much easier see the features, the different features. You know, I'm kind of interested. See if I can. Ooh. See what I can do if I right click. Okay, if I right click, it doesn't do it. If I left click it, it does, you know, the lines and shows the lines associated with that point. Now if I go just to line and I right click where it has it as an option, that's real. Oh gosh. Okay. That's really neat. So you can click. That is so neat. You can actually do it where you can select both lines, faces, and points at the same time. That is quite neat. Now, okay, that's quite neat. Now, let's see. See what happens if I do multi-select. Okay. Okay, so selects. Okay, that's quite neat. So let's just make it. Okay, that is really neat. That's quite interesting. Okay. So if I do all three. Okay, that's really neat. Okay. Okay, this is definitely going to be a nice improvement for Anim8or. But I'm gonna for right now, I'm just gonna stay in the faces. I'm gonna see. Let's see if the new different features have changed. Just making like a pyramid or a cone or yeah, peak faces, bevel. The one I really work with probably most often is, extrude faces and extrude faces connected. Now, with the extrude, it just extrudes the faces, but with extrude connected, it connects the faces that you extrude together. As compared to, oops, what just happened? Okay. Hope that didn't change my video any. See. Now I'm not going to really give a tutorial on how to use this in this video. I'm just showing the different how much Anim8or's changed compared to this. Now I'm going to see if this feature has changed very much. No, it hasn't changed very much. I don't know. Let's see if I can do that in the first version. I mean, I knew I could do it in the first version, but... And why do I keep calling it first version? It is Anim8or 0.98. Oh, you can do that in that, I don't know, that was just something I wanted to see. So, now, let's see how, oh yeah, let's edit, you could change the point, oh, I see, that's definitely different. You can choose which point you're editing. It's quite nice, as compared to you cannot in this version. Now, see if editing faces in it. No different. Aha! That is definitely a nice feature. Okay. I mean, okay, that really hasn't changed. And, now what's this feature? Topographical knife. This has not been in this version, I don't think. Let's see. Nope. Unless it's a different slide. Okay. Yeah. Okay, they definitely... Let's see what topographical knife is. Before I do that, let's see if anything else is different. Nope, doesn't look like it. Okay. Topographical knife. Let's see what I do with this. Aha. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to do it with a flat face, okay? You know what, I'm going to go back. You know what, I'm going to go back to cube. I'm just going to go ahead and delete this. And, change the... Oh yeah, new feature I forgot to tell you about. In the first version, see, you could actually change it from here. Oops. Okay, you could actually change the orientation of the screen straight from here. But in this version, you actually have to go into the view to do that. Now that you could always go in the view with this one too, but I don't know. I don't know why they took that form of convenience, unless they just changed it, see. Now I'd like to, oh, these are different layers, I see. Okay. Here, I'm going to try to, I think after I just quickly do this, I'm going to want to go into the features that are new. Hopefully I'll have time to do that. Yeah, this view thing hasn't changed. Okay, now let's look at that topographical knife. Okay. I don't know what's going on. Okay, I'm definitely going to have to look into that feature. It's definitely quite something worth trying out. I can see, maybe it's because, I guess it's because, you can go from edges to edges. That, I could probably find some use out of that. Okay. Now, let me observe some of the different features. Now, this feature, for instance. Huh. Supposed to be changing the, I guess the axis, I think. I don't know, I've never found much use out of this one. Like, I think we're supposed to be changing the axis of the individual, objects. But like I said, haven't found much use out of it. But, yeah, so I honestly don't really understand this thing. But, anyway, let me show you some of the new features. Or some of the features that are definitely new. Okay, that's definitely hasn't changed. Oh, what? You know what? What? Let me try making a new material. Let's see if that's changed. Hexadecimal? I think that's definitely new. You could change it to a hexadecimal notation. That's definitely neat. Okay. Now, okay, this really hasn't changed. Now, what I do want to see, okay, if they have implemented PNG, if they've done that, that would be the most amazing thing that's ever happened to me with this program. And they have! But let's see if it actually works. Because importing from bitmap, well, trying to import bitmap files just doesn't work out very much. Or not! What's going on? Okay, so I was actually able to import a PNG file, but I tried this one file I had, and it said it was an unknown file type. I don't know, I guess it can't do all PNG files. I hope that's not going to be too much of a problem for me. So anyway, now I think wait, what just happened? Okay. Yeah. Now I think the reason why it was acting so slow on my computer, I think it's because my screen recording software was just making it run super slow. Because when I stopped the video and everything, it started working fine. So now I want to figure out how to get this texture reset this texture map to where it appears the way it's supposed to. So this is going to be quite a job. Here. Texture mapping. I could just right click several times, I guess. Reset to default. Okay, that works. That'll work. Okay. It's possible. Now, I might later see if I can do transparent textures. You know, textures with varying opacity. But as for right now, I'm just going to look at some of the different features, because I definitely want to look at some of those. Now, what's this F thing? Okay, this F thing right here. Okay, I don't know what this F thing is. I'll have to look at that later. Okay, this is the item list. I think that's not a new feature, no. It's ruler. It's quite different. Oh my goodness! This might be a nice feature to have. Only problem is I have no idea what they're talking about. If it's going to tell me like the distance and stuff, holy crap, that would be a really neat feature to have. Okay. What's going on? This just better not mean what I think it means. Well, I'm going to have to stop the video for a second, so can they speed up my computer to get it past. Okay, so unfortunately that caused my computer to crash. So I had to well, not my computer, Anim8or to crash. So I'm not going to be able to really work with that feature. Due to the fact it's a new feature, I may not mess with it very much. But, so anyway, let's see. Now, I do want to discuss scripting real quick. One thing I do hope about the scripting is that they've implemented import, the option to import files, excuse me again. So, I really hope, because that would be very useful for me. Now, because I like making different plugin scripts for Anim8or, which can be more useful for making custom tracks. Now, so I make scripts like making all the edges triangular, which has definitely helped me since the software I use, it only works with best with triangular faces. So that's definitely going to be, so hopefully, that's how I use plugin scripts. But if they implemented, because they already implemented export scripts, but I hope they implemented import as well. But okay, now I'm going to go ahead and make an object, just a real quick object, and I think I'm going to just go make a scene out of it. Scene. Okay, as you can obviously see, not everything fits on this screen. So I'm probably gonna have to move I'll have to move the window up. Okay. So I get as much as I can. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and add an object. Let's see. Okay, this really hasn't changed very much. Okay. Now, before I even do that, let's see what this layer thing is all about. Okay, I cannot change layers. Okay, whatever. So, I don't think this really changed very much, the scene. Okay. Now this is definitely a new feature. What is this? Inverse kinematics. I don't know what that is. But, now, like I said, this isn't Blender or anything, so I don't know if you can implement physics into this thing, into Anim8or. You shouldn't be. I don't think you've ever been able to do that. Now, okay, so now where was I? I'm sorry. I had to. I'm kind of running. I was running low on sound recording space, so I had to use a different device, so I changed to another device. So where was I? Okay, so we're in a scene, right? We're in scene, okay? Now, as far as goodness, so I guess you can't really change layer for some reason. Now, I guess not really much has changed as far as scene is concerned. Now, do they have scale? They do not. They still don't have scale. I still hope you can. Oh, that's definitely different. Okay, just how it pops right out. Okay, as compared to. Yeah. So is world not? It's still there. Huh. Oh. Ah. Okay, so everything is, what's the word? I don't know, branched out or, expanded. So, let's go ahead and start an animation. Well, first, what I want to do. Okay, first what I want to do is I want to see if they still have scale. It's an option. Please tell me they do. They do! So I'll just change it back to 1. Okay, good. That is great. They still have that feature. Because I like that feature. Now, I typically don't use scene for my custom track video, for my custom tracks, because I really don't need it. Now, what I do use it for is when I actually do use it for my custom tracks, but more for a reference when I have to edit the track's KMP file. I like to, like if I'm not unsure about how big I need to make an object in a track, what I normally do is I export the 3D model of that track using Brawlbox or SDS modifier, and what I'll do is I'll bring it here into Anim8or, and now when I make my custom tracks, I make it about 1/10 the size of what I would, of when I actually show the track. Like when I actually design it, it's actually 10 times smaller than how it is when I actually, you know, when the track's actually done. It's the reason why is because it's much easier to work with a smaller scale than it is working with the normal size scale. So when I export it, I have to scale it 10 times, so it will be the size I would like it to be for the. So it'll be, you know, basically a normal size for Mario Kart, and what it is. So that's why when I import it, I have to scale it down 10 times. And what I'll do is once I've done it, is I'll take it into the scene. I'll take my custom track into the scene, and I'll take that object I want into the scene as well, and I just kind of work with it. I try to see like the scaling, how big it needs to be scaled in the KMP. Of course, this only has one you can only scale it. You can't scale the individual like X, Y, Z, which is a little unfortunate, but I make it work. I just kind of play around with it. Like now, the orientation was I also used scene for, so that probably hasn't changed very much. But I'm gonna go ahead and just show. Let's see how animation's different. Like, let's make some movement animations. Okay. Not that. Okay. As you can see, it's probably my computer's just super duper slow. could be one reason because of the I'm running a screen recorder software. Now, for position, okay, you can definitely change it from smooth, do all that. Just, corner smooth step. I'll do it just real quick, just to see what it looks like. And one thing, you have to have the animate key on, or else if you take it off, it just changes everything. That's all. That's been there for as long as I've known. Used Animator, so that's not anything new. Now this is with the smooth key type. Now I'm going to change them all to I'll change them all to corner, and it should no longer be smooth. It's okay, or is it step? I don't know. I like I said, this is my first time using the program. Using Scene in version 1.0, but because as you can see, well, I'm not gonna. We'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Okay. Oh, that's the reason why it wouldn't do anything. See, in this version, if I take the keys, I could change the key type to corner. Or, that's very strange. Okay, I really don't know what's going on. But like I said, I don't use this scene very often. I don't use it for movement, at least. Well, I guess I could start, but because that could be used for editing like cameras and stuff for the KMP of my custom tracks, but I don't know. I'm just gonna try to finish this up real quick. So you have camera view. That hadn't really changed very much. Now, honestly, the whole new interface of Animator kind of reminds me of Blender a little bit. I did get the opportunity once to actually play with around with Blender a little bit on my old tablet computer before it broke. It was like a Windows 10 tablet, and it had like a keyboard and everything that would, detach from the computer. But I tried restarting it, or tried resetting it, doing like a factory reset, and it could never come back on. It couldn't get past the not the welcome screen, but it just couldn't get. I just couldn't get it to work. But so I'm gonna make a figure. Must select the bone. Okay, how do I make bones? To bone, add bones. I don't use this option very often either. So I don't necessarily know how it's going. So you have to add an object. I'll add. Oh, now new feature. See, like the how I did with the mesh. See, before with the axis, see, I could just click them all and it would just select deselect. So with this version, see, if I select one, so let's see. See, if I just select the X, it's only going to let me move along the X-axis. Unlike in this version, see, like if I have all three and I left click on the X, it just deselects the X. See, but in this version, but in the new version, if I do it and I click on it, it just go to the X. It only lets me move along the X-axis. Save for Y and Z. So I have to right-click to just enable all of them. I have to right-click each individual one. See, Okay, so I'm gonna move this, move it along the x-axis right here. Okay. And you can also this is quite different. Now you can change, I think you could do that in version 0.98. You could change the orientation of the bone, and you can. So this feature hasn't changed very much. Menu folder, what's this? I don't know what menu folder is. So, I'll have to look at that later. Now this, you can rotate your... Interesting. Okay, that's quite interesting. Now I haven't worked with figures really. Okay. Edit bone. What? So now I can also change. Huh. Very interesting. Bone linked. And rotate the bone. I didn't know you could. So now, oh, you could always do that, I guess. I guess the multi-bone skin, I don't know if that's changed very much. But I'm probably not going to play with this very much, so I'm not going to really... I don't use it very often. Now, let's see what you can... different export options. Let's see if that's changed any. No. No, it hadn't. It'd be cool if you could export to, like, a Collada file. But, you know, so I can make... Then I could finally make some custom Mario Kart custom characters. But I guess you can't. So, I guess because of the way Anim8or works with bones is different from, like, Blender and stuff. Now, sequence. I'm going to reset this back to the way I had it. Now, let's play. I'm going to play along with the sequence. Like the figure feature, I rarely ever use this, because I don't have to use it for making custom tracks. Now, Now, how do I... See, I think in this version... Okay, Let me... Oh, okay. Okay, well, let's see how I do in this one. Then go to Properties. Okay, Figure. Okay. Now I'm just going to make a really weird figure real quick. Okay, we're going to play with the Z axis, I guess. Now okay, so it's all no limits, okay. I'm gonna move it about 90 degrees. Okay, and now I'm gonna play it. But how do I play? Stupid of me. It's right here. It's always been right here. Okay. So I don't think that's really changed. Let's see, but I'm gonna see if you could... Oops. Okay, that's definitely a nice feature, and the other one is automatically selected where you could freely move it. That's a good feature. Now, I'm going to try changing it. Instead of no limits, its max is going to be 90. Or no, let's make it 180 for its max. So I guess when I edit in here, I should only be able to move it. Shite. Invalid range. How is that invalid? Out of range, 0 to 0. 90. Would that help you? Okay, this is definitely an interesting glitch. Okay, I personally don't know what that is. It must be another glitch in Animator. So, I'm just not gonna work on it very much because I don't even use sequence that often. But you know, you can also see if changing figure that didn't change very much. We'll just go ahead and add a sequence. What happened? What happened to my sequence? Oh. Okay. Okay. I guess it's doing something. I guess I started my sequence kind of late. Yeah, that's what it is. But yeah, I guess I pretty much worked with all the features. I guess I'll try browser, see if that's... I personally don't use browser really much. I actually really don't use it at all. So I really don't know any of the new features about it. But it's still a nice feature to... But anyway, I guess, you know, I guess that's pretty much the end of this video. I really don't know, well, I don't know what else to show, really. I'll have to look at it at my own time, but, now, if you would like to get, if you'd like to get Animator version 1.0 for yourself, I will leave a link in the description below where, you can get Animator version 1.0. So, without further ado, I'll go ahead and say bye, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.